And what is going on, everybody? I'm Secretly Toasty here, and today we're playing some more Pixel Car Racer. This is going to be a regular Pixel Car Racer episode, and before we start, I just want to apologize if I'm really quiet or really monotone. That is because it is currently 3 o'clock, and I don't want to wake up both the people that live in this apartment with me and my neighbors, because if I talk any louder than this, someone's going to wake up and be really upset because these walls are made out of toothpicks and paper mache. Also, I am very tired. Not because it's 3 o'clock. Oh, I guess that's also what it is. But I was already set up to go to bed. I was already tucked up. And not to mention, I've already recorded this 4 times. First time was for 8 minutes. Realized I was rambling the whole time. And then, cut that video completely off because I was rambling about some BS. Then the last 3 times were just me just messing something up. Like, one time was cursing, the other time was just a humongous sneeze. And then the third one, I just forgot a bunch of information, didn't actually explain why I was making this video. But I'm making this video because the DMC DeLorean is in this game, and I watched Back to the Future for the first time. Surprising how I've gone 17 years without watching Back to the Future. But I was at my girlfriend's house, my biggest fan, my lovely girlfriend. Shout out to you. She showed it to me for the first time because she knew I haven't seen it and she was like, hey, you're already here. Why don't we just sit down and watch this movie? And I was like, I bet. So we watched Back to the Future for the first time. And by the way, I did explain that I did record this 4 times, so I already have the parts. So this video might go by pretty fast. But yeah, so we watched it for the first time and decided, hey, why don't we just or not we, why don't I just make this car in game? And by that I mean like modifying the absolute HE double hockey stick out of it. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. It was kind of a pain for Marty to get it up to 88 miles per hour beforehand. So why don't we just make one that goes to 88 miles per hour in the time it takes you to blink an eye? So slapping in some nitrous, some twin snails, lower it for, just for the look. Big old tires to put all that power down, because even though it's going to be stock engine, we're still slapping a bunch of power into it. Intake. ECU, because you gotta make sure all this actually works. I keep feeling chills going down my back. Okay, so now we are making 1,122 horsepower. I bet that'll get you back in time even if it didn't have the flux capacitor. Yay, I can actually understand what that means. I've heard that a couple times from, all my other friends, talking about Back to the Future, just making references in general. I mean, they're not just having like conversations about an 80s movie, but, you know. So, there are a lot of references to it in Rick and Morty that I finally understand now. Because before they would make a reference, and you could tell it's a reference because of just the way they said it, and then like I wouldn't understand what it was, so I just kind of glance over it. Now I understand it's actually pretty funny. And no, I'm not one of those kids that like watches Rick and Morty. Just I'm not a huge fan of it, but if it's like on TV and I'm scrolling through and there's nothing else on, I'll watch it. You know what I mean? So I've watched a fair bit of it. It's just I'm not a huge fan of it. I mean, like I like the show and all. I'm just not like one of those super fans. Ooh, 1,020 horsepower. That'll get you to 88 miles per hour like that. I don't know if you could hear the snap. Which, by the way, last time I recorded this, and it wasn't quite a rant at that point, but okay, so you know how like they always say, "Oh, don't touch anything or don't do anything in the past because you're gonna ruin the future." And then I don't know what the repercussions for doing stuff in the future is, but like I learned something in physics where like you can't destroy or make matter. Like no matter what you do to something, the matter is still gonna be there. Like I explained in my last recording, like if you burned a log, it may not be a log anymore, but all that matter and material is still there. It's just now in ashes and in smoke and all that other jazz. So it's all there. But if you go back in time, aren't you adding more matter than there already was because you're not supposed to be there? Like, you went back in time. You're from a different time period. So not only was all the matter that made up you and the car and the flux capacitor, all that was already there because it was already existing. But now you just kind of doubled it. So all the carbon that created you, all the hydrogen, all the oxygen in you, still existed at that point. But now you just brought a copy of it into the future past. I don't know how to explain it. I guess in the future it would make sense because like you went, but you're still taking away matter once you leave. I don't know. Is that am I just looking too deep into it, or is that something that's a genuine problem with time travel? I don't know. Tell me down in the comment section if I'm just overthinking it, because I don't want to rant about it too long. I mean, we're barely 6 minutes into it, and I've already created some kind of like conspiracy theory or brought up something that I thought about, you know? So I don't want to talk about it too much. Which, by the way, oh man, I just had something in my head, but then I thought about something else really briefly, and then I lost it. Never mind. Try to think of some other topic. Oh, I just ran right into a Hakasuka. Ooh, okay. Actually, no, let's not use the nitrous just yet. Come on. Okay, whatever, I could go up here. Okay. This isn't part of the movie, like the burnout part. I guess it was to build speed. But like, let's say you need to charge up the flux capacitor to the gigawatts or whatever it was, how many gigawatts it was. You gotta charge it. So let's just use momentum. Do a. I was about to say a rolling burnout, but it's not a rolling burnout because I wasn't rolling. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Let's do a burnout, fuel the flux capacitor, and then now neutral, nitrous. Once it starts going, there. Already at 88. Let's see if we can hit 188. If I don't get stopped by police beforehand. 170, 172, 170. If we can hit 188, I'm probably putting it in the. There it is. I hit. I hit the cop right at about 188. If that's not perfect timing, I don't know what is. Let's see if we can do it in half mile. Go 188, because obviously this thing will hit 88 middle second gear. Now, I want to see how long it takes us to go 188. Because I know we just did it and all, but like, just want to see, because in the movie it's 88, but seeing how that was back in the 80s and it was stock, now that I have 1,000 horsepower, I want to see 188. Nope, didn't hit it that time, so I have to do it in the mile. Okay, cool. By the way, that's a nice FD. By the way, if any of you are like really into laptops or really into computers, I just bought this like really, really cheap Dell because like I needed my own laptop. It's a Dell Latitude 2120. I just bought it. I don't know if it's supposed to be slow because it's refurbished, but I bought it and it's kind of slow. Is there any way to like, help the processor, speed up performance or anything, or is it just kind of stuck like that? Tell me down in the comment section if you know anything about computers or know how to fix it. Because, like, it's brand new. It's, like, redone and everything. There's nothing in the computer. Except for, like, pre-downloaded Chrome. But that's because it's... I mean, it was labeled as a Chromebook on the website for... Was it Walmart or Amazon? I don't know. I checked both places. But it said Chromebook on it. So... No, 188. I don't know. Is there any way to, like, speed up the processor or make it perform better? Because, like, the only advice I get when Googling it is like, oh, delete this, this, and this. And, you know, it's brand new, so obviously I haven't downloaded anything. I mean, it's fine the way it is. I just want to see if I can get a little bit more performance out of it. Street Toge, Manual, Colorado. Didn't the... Oh, what... I don't even know what city the movie started off in, or starred in. I don't quite remember. Because, like, I wasn't prepared to watch the movie, so I wasn't in, like, a movie-watching mindset. I don't know if that makes any sense, but... Watch, I'm gonna remember what city it's in at, like, the end of recording this. It's gonna, like, hit me, like, right as I'm about to go to sleep. I'm gonna feel stupid. But I already turned everything off because I was going to bed, so I can't just, like, Google it on my laptop. Which, by the way, I used to mention my laptop all the time back, you know, in previous videos, and that's just because I'm borrowing the family's laptop in my room. You know, I use it for homework and stuff like that. But seeing how I'm be doing a lot more work on the computer because of this coronavirus, or I don't know if I could say that. I mean, usually people are like, oh, if you say it's going to get you demonetized, but seeing how I don't make any money off it, ooh, seeing how I don't make any money off this, I don't know if I should be worried or not, but the virus, so I needed to buy my own laptop. So I just wanted to explain that just in case I get comments like, oh, didn't you already say you had a laptop in Pixel Car Racer episode 67 with the RX-7? Didn't you mention it with this, this, and this? And, you know, that was just a borrowed laptop. Well, not borrowed. I mean, it's the family's laptop. It's just like, you know, it wasn't technically mine. It's my family's laptop, but it's not mine. This one is mine, but it's also very cheap because, like, you know, can't afford to get like a $300 laptop for, you know, because what was I trying to say? Can't afford the $300 laptop because I don't have $300 to spend. Especially after having to have my transmission rebuilt, I had to borrow quite a bit of money from my parents for that, and that's just because they drive it. So that's why they chipped in for that. So yeah, I couldn't spend $300 on it. So if you know anything about processors, tell me down in the comment section how I can fix it. No, I'm done ranting. I'm done rambling or whatever I was doing. Let's get right. Let's just end the video, all right? Because it started becoming a rant or ramble or whatever it was there at the end. So, anyways, if you liked the video, leave a like. If you disliked the video, leave a dislike. Tell me down in the comment section why you liked or disliked the video. Talk to me down in the comment section. I love giving thumbs up, hearts, and positive no and good replies to positives, but I know and good comments. But I never react negatively to a negative comment because that's quite mean. All about spreading positivity. If you want positive content or just funny retweets in general, go down to the bottom of the description and click the Twitter link. That's my Twitter account, of course. I post nothing but positive content and funny retweets. Above that in the description are 2 Instagram accounts. Instagram number 1 is my main for myself and for the channel, so if you want to keep up to date with me or the channel, go follow that one. Does the art style look weird on this? On the DeLorean? It looks different from other cars. Like, look at it right there versus what this looks like. It looks like there was less time put into the DMC DeLorean, or it's just, I don't know. Something just seems off to me, especially in the front. Anyways, Instagram number 1 is my main for myself and for the channel, so you want to keep up to date with me or the channel, go follow that one. Instagram number 2 is my automotive based one. You already hear you like cars, go over there, click on it, and check it out. You'll find something that you like, and hopefully you'll like a lot of it, and hit that follow button. It really does help. Speaking of hitting buttons, hit that subscribe button, the bell icon to be notified when I post videos. I post every other day, but not a set time, so that's what you can need the bell icon for. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. I do apologize for the rambling and ranting or whatever I was doing. And yeah, hope you have an amazing day or night or whenever you're watching this. And remember, stay healthy, stay positive, and please wash your hands.